Mic didn't work, didn't unmute. So hi everyone and welcome to Creators of the Doughnut Table. How is everyone tonight? It's just me and the lovely Ross. We are going to be talking industry. So we have a lot of topics in our abattoir, is that the word?
I'd say abattoir or schedule.
Oh, schedule. Ooh, very fancy. So yes, we're going to have a lovely evening. This is only the second time I have hosted, so please do bear with me. Nerves. We got the nerves. So our first topic of the night, we are going to be speaking about our previous Creators of the Doughnut Table, when we had the guest, When Is Matt? We won't speak of his old name because he's now obviously wanting to go by When Is Matt. He's an amazing DJ. You can catch him at many events. He's also a very good chap to have a chat with. So yes, what were your thoughts, Ross? Because you hosted that with me.
Matt was so easy to deal with because I never needed to bring up anything new or keep anything fresh. Matt was to the point with what he wanted to talk about, and I just led on from all of his stories. Like when he mentioned that COTDT and Streamseed were better than Meeting the King. For me, how else could I get better than that? I think we could just leave this all.
Oh, definitely. I loved his stories though. For someone so young, he seems to have such amazing stories, doesn't he?
He's so positive. He was, in a way, for me, unexpectedly positive. Not to say that he was never a positive bloke, but so much knowledge for someone so young to enter so many points in this industry where, let's be fair, he's going to get TwitchCon. He's going to be DJing there. I know he's DJed previous events and he will have many events in the future to DJ. He's only going to go up. And I'm very grateful that we had the opportunity to speak to him at the start of the year.
Yeah, I really hope he's at TwitchCon. He definitely deserves it, especially how hard he's worked and everything. Like everything up and coming, like the opportunities he's sadly missed. Not for a fault of his own or because he weren't needed, because it just didn't work out that way. But I think it's very well deserved if he gets it. Also, hello, chat.
100%, yeah.
Hi, Mr. Slippers. Hello, Hale. And hi, Chile. You were first. Don't let Ross take that from you.
Damn.
Oh, thank you. Oh, these are my gunners. My gunner specs. These are the Moxies.
Talk about them. We just spoke about Gunner before we went live chat, and if you don't know about Gunner, you have to look them up. Phenomenal pieces of kit. But talk about your gear, please.
There's the case. It is absolutely stunning. Like, and then you've got obviously any person who is a Borderlands fan will understand this.
I don't need glasses, but I want them. Oh.
I just absolutely love can move those. And these are prescription as well. I'm part of the Gunner creators, influencers, whatever they want to call it, UGCs. So yeah, I've got these
I think we should
sexy
have a Gunner
specs. I might have to speak to the CEO and be like, "Oh, do you fancy coming for an interview?"
I'm more than affiliate code. Ooh, is there an affiliate code? I didn't ask that.
There is a code. Yeah, I do have a code. I'm sure Moonbeard can flex it your way in a DM somewhere. It's pinned in our chat, Moonbeard. Or put it in chat.
Pop it in this chat. Listen, there's some beautiful hold specs. Don't need them, but you know where the code's going to be.
I do have another pair as well. I have my Vault ones. These aren't prescription though, sadly, so I can't actually wear these like without contact lenses.
You are a menace for Fallout though, aren't you?
Oh gosh, yeah. In fact, I was in Fallout for several hours before this show, attempting to message her and be like, "Can we cancel so I can carry on?" It's Fashnat at the moment, which is like an amazing event. People who play Fallout 76 will understand with that one. But it's really good. It's like a little parade thing with robots and you win masks. Sounds really pathetic when you speak about it.
no, but listen, I'll tell you what's pathetic. Mr. Slippers and I had taken annual leave to play World of Warcraft. Listen, I'm all there for the nerdy stuff. I was there. I'd be there for the parade if I was playing it.
I do take like days off when one of my favorite games is dropping. I'm not gonna lie, I book an holiday around it. If they announce Fallout 5, like, and they announce a date, that's it, a week's holiday. No lie.
Is there a Fallout 5 coming?
It's hinted. They said that it's in the works, but there's no like official announcement.
But what was your favorite Fallout game?
4.
4.
Oh yeah, I love 4.
I really loved New Vegas. I don't know what it was. It went above 3. I did enjoy 4, but I thought New Vegas for me was a bit more.
The storyline's
rustic.
incredible with New Vegas.
Yes,
absolutely. I
give
want
New
them to
Vegas
do a
that.
remaster so then I can enjoy it at like up to scratch graphics. That'd be nice.
I don't know why they wouldn't. They did one for Oblivion, which I had sunk. I think it was 450 hours. God, I love Oblivion, but yeah, I think New Vegas and 3 should see remasters.
That's like me with Skyrim. I adore Skyrim so much.
They've had enough,
15
though.
minutes.
Skyrim have had enough.
You need to sort that out, Mr. Slippers. 15 minutes are free. I haven't touched one since. Get on 4, honestly. Or 76, join me. I'll get you all kitted up. Old and grey before. Oh, don't say that, Chile. Don't break me heart. Plenty of mods that can already augment it. Yeah, true. They have like put out a whole new. I think one of the mods on Fallout 4. I do believe you can literally play Fallout 3 like completely on a better engine. I think they've done that with it. I think it's one of the because they brought out Fallout London, if you remember that.
And some people are just too smart for their own good.
Tell me about it. What they did with that is fantastic. I'm not completed it though. I got stuck in a sewer and got too I raged, and I was like, yeah, I'm not playing this anymore.
I got stuck in a sewer.
I just had all these Bobby ghouls coming after me, and I couldn't deal with it. I was like, no, I've had enough.
What's a shame is we didn't touch on Fallout when we were talking to Matt, but God, yeah, what an interesting bloke. He talked about his application with Twitch and how it wasn't that like a lot of information didn't need to be supplied. I think a couple of pages and a almost like a pitch deck for DJs, which I mean, I think for his age, he's got plenty of experience to show that he's more than qualified to get into the space and being a DJ on Twitch, being an ambassador for them. I just don't see why he wouldn't have the opportunity, because I'm pretty sure he's been to Twitch cons before as a patron.
Yeah, I think he went last year, and then obviously that's where we got a scope out for how the DJ and what goes on there. And I think, like as he was saying, he has that printing machine, so he said it just went off the rail whilst he was there. Came back full roll used, had to buy more. So he definitely made an impact. So I'm hoping they picked that up. Didn't the big guy? I forget his name. The big Twitch guy. He spoke to him. Speaking to
Dan Clancy?
Yeah, I thought it was Dan Clancy, yeah, and I was thinking, is it Tom Clancy? And I was like, no.
I thought Tom Clancy.
But yeah, he's with King, Idris Elba. I called him that.
I was going to say
Dan Clancy. Like Matt likes speaking to the big wigs. Definitely.
He's rubbed shoulders with, I think, the correct people to get to where he needs to be, but also all the work that he's done with the King's Trust.
Yeah,
Idris Elba, stop early on. Yeah, all the things that he's done with the King's Trust. I mean, he's someone who I believe is trying to pioneer music in a more positive light. I think we touched on elitism in almost everything that we do. There's elitism in everything, but how he just wants to cut through all of that to give anyone the opportunity to come into this. Because I believe he went through almost a budget entry-level DJ kit, and what was the brand that he'd said if he was running an event he'd have Pioneer. Specifically that brand. And I mean, okay, I can imagine Pioneer gear is really expensive, but I can imagine you can make some pretty tasty beats.
Yeah, well, he said he's making music. I'd love to see what he comes up with.
I think he's been live a couple of times. He was currently on. He was doing. What was the charity he was doing it for? Is it Brains for Beats or Beats for Brains? He went live this morning, and I think there was his third day he was live raising money for charity. Yeah, the guy's just all around just a cool guy who's using a lot of his experiences just to be good to other people, which in this space you don't get a lot of love really when you reach a particular level.
Yeah, it's really rare to find genuine people these days.
Mm,
There's always a lot of people who want to step on others to get ahead. So it's
mhm,
refreshing to see someone who's projecting up to that high level, speaking to those high type of people, but also keeping level, keeping
mhm.
on like a really, really chill base.
I mean, we could always throw questions over to Chili. Chili, have you done anything in this? Now that sounded really passive aggressive, like you haven't done anything, but more so, have you ever done anything in this space that you can call an achievement for being a musician? Um, I am not musically talented. I'm not talented in any respect, I'll be honest. So what you guys do is awing. I watched you guys both at the Chaos Crown Awards, which we produced, and you're both brilliant. But it's just, how do you get to the point where you're making music like this? I don't understand.
Yeah, but I remember watching that show as well, and both of you just absolutely kept it alive. Chili
I do.
always gets a lovely little special guest of his dad. I always love Chili's dad
Mhm.
coming in. Big loves for Chili's dad.
I haven't seen Chili's dad, but I've met Chili's partner. What was that at
Oh, Mrs. Chili,
Cardiff CCM? Yeah,
gorgeous soul, absolute gorgeous soul.
you never compliment me like that. That's crazy.
I
And
do
we've met more
behind your
than
back.
once. It's a big back. That's probably why I haven't heard it. But yeah, Matt was brilliant. Matt was just, he was outstanding. He's such a humbling man. To anyone that's in the chat, if you can find a link to Matt, he has been live, and I believe he's doing a number of days where he's doing a charity while he's DJing. So we'll throw in a couple of links. And yeah, he was just a great guy. What a wonderful guest to have to start off the year.
So it was your dad that got you into music when you were young and it runs in the blood. Oh, I love that. I love it when it's like stuck in the family because it comes from a passion when it's like your childhood that has influenced that. I love that. What
I
sort of
suppose it
things
goes
are you
along.
looking? Sorry.
No, no, go.
I was just asking Chili what sort of things he's looking to do well, this year. God, I'm still not even in the new year at this point. But yeah, what are you hoping to achieve this year, Chili, with your DJing? Like, is there places you're thinking to go where you're booked that you can talk about? Also, Mrs. Chili.
It could be a Glasto, and it could be a triple threat match between Chili, Calvin Harris, and Wenner's Matt.
Oh God, I'd be rooting for Chili and Matt, obviously. Calvin Harris, step aside.
Take a bow, my friend. These two titans are getting in. But similar to what Chili said with his father, it's it's good to see that you've reflected positively from music. It's like I got friends who support football teams, and I'm not a football fan by any means, but I got friends. Their family will support a football club, and then they will then get shirts bought for them when they were children, grow up to then supporting that team. But then you get those odd people who will go, I don't follow my family, I support X team, and they're almost outcast. So for that, for you to remain within the family and to keep that going is almost it's almost charming. It's lovely.
It is. It's nice. I don't understand people who go against the family's team. Like, if I went against Liverpool, I think my stepdad would come at me. And
He
I'm not
would
a
come at
football
me.
person. So this year, you've
Oh,
got a few in real life events coming up. You're hoping to do something with Matt. Oh
ooh,
yes. You keep us in the loop with that. We want to know about this because we want to see it. But
can you
that,
share anything?
if you can share, please share. We always love to hear stuff like that. We always love to support where we can,
Mhm.
especially for people like yourself and like Matt, who have been great towards Streamseed as well. Like obviously supporting with the Chaos Crown. You come and approach us at events, you wiggle arias, and we want to support you like you support us. Always.
100%.
You're
I'm not
not
sure
sure
Matt
Matt
does yet.
knows yet? Well, we won't say anything until you do then.
Let me just delete the VOD a sec.
Scratch it. Done. Oh dear.
Wow.
So speaking of Matt actually DJ'd at the MCR event. Don't clip it. Yeah, he DJ'd at the MCR event in December, which were
Mhm.
absolutely fantastic. He threw out all the old school tunes. He kind of like dropped me a playlist, was like, add whatever you want. It also added loads of his own stuff. People were ripping up the dance floor to his music. Compliments
I'm pretty sure
all
he did a
round
pretty
for
big set, didn't he?
it did, yeah. It went on for quite a good few hours, and everyone loved it. Everyone loved it. And speaking of
Yeah.
MCR, we do actually have our next event announced. April the 3rd, early doors at 5 p.m, standard 6 p.m. But yeah, if people are interested in that, we can always drop links.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'll get one up now.
Hopefully, you lads can take a trip down and come and see us.
I have. I want to see them rip it up again. That's what I want to do because we arrived late, and I think this is the first time we went to MCR with no intention of making content. We were just there as patrons, and I did a loop of the venue. I'd seen Matt, and again, just nothing but smiles on his face, all waving at me, just grabbing my attention. And then I looked to my right to where you usually put the seats for when you do um, like your quiz shows and whatnot. But then it was just packed with people. And I'm like, I understand. I'm not a dancer whatsoever. You wouldn't see me on the dance floor. I'm like a massive stone pillar that I just keep me away from it all. But it was so nice to see nerds just grooving, just dancing.
Yeah, it's always good vibes, especially just like I'm usually one of them. Like I'll get involved a bit, but I love just sitting there and just watching everyone enjoy
Mm.
themselves and have a really good time. And it just means everything. So this event coming up now is like solely focused on networking because we want people not to stick within their usual little groups, but to interact and like combine and just get to know their
Mm.
wider community. Because being a Twitch
Yeah, I mean,
powered event.
I don't think you ever failed to hit that mark. I think this event now coming up, I believe it's our fourth time attending, or maybe third. Um, you've never missed the mark. We made a bit of content. We did the um,
Oh, those
signature.
signing boards were an incredible idea, and they were
Um,
executed so well. I
I gotta
loved
say,
it.
the amount of time it took me to set all that up was out of this world. Um, and I will say, I lost my lights when I went to that event. I did take them with me. It wasn't the event's fault; they weren't stolen. I lost my lights. They're gone. I don't know where they've gone. Anyway, that's my gripe over with my lights. But you never miss the mark. You, I feel like you bring more community to any event that we've attended. You brought more community together, and I don't just mean people in one space. You provide a reason for people to want to do stuff. The Jackbox games, the Mario Kart tournaments that you did. What did I watch? The Tony Hawk's, where King Crazy was. I think he was slaughtered, and he still won. But it was just everyone cheering behind Kev as he played this game amazingly well. And then at the end of it, he knew he was going to win. Um, but yeah, it was just a different level of community. And the arcade club, Chef's Kiss, what a place! An absolutely behemoth in the gaming landscape.
Yeah, we're really lucky to be partnered with them for the event. In answer to Chile, we'll be in your DMs. We don't need a DJ this time because it's going to be network focused. So we're going to be doing speed networking. So it's like speed dating, but with networking. We're
Mm.
going to have interviews that are live on stream, and we're going to have like a few mini games going on. But the sole focus is get to know your fellow streamers, kind of thing. Also, don't forget to have the pizzas at Arcade Club because they are so nice. You didn't have pizza last time, didn't you? And I was like, have the pizza, and you didn't have the pizza.
I did have food though. What did I have? I think it was a
Did you
burger.
have did you have a burger or a hot dog?
I'm sure I had a burger because we were all sat at the same table, and I was watching people order their things and then getting it before me, and I was getting slowly more agitated. Um, and then they were selling whole pizzas, and you guys were just having whole pizzas, and I had a tiny burger. Like, yeah, I made the wrong mistake. I made the wrong choice. The mistake was I should have got the pizza. I'm not a pizza man, but it looked phenomenal.
£4.50 or £5 for a full pizza, homemade.
Oh
You really
god
can't go
damn.
wrong with that, can you?
Oh, next time. That has been. Did they serve food the last time?
They serve it every time.
Oh, for some reason, why didn't I think they did food? Again, we arrived late. I think we were just more
Yeah, if you
discombobulated with the
arrive
travel.
late, they stop certain food. They have like snacks behind bar still. And I
Mm.
think that's about it. I think they might have hot dogs on go still.
But with MCR, now you've given us a little tidbit. I don't think that's been mentioned anywhere. The idea of it being more community driven.
It's
Have you shared that?
only in the website, so when you
Mm,
like for your ticket. So if you don't read it, you don't know. We haven't really
fair enough.
announced anything
And
yet.
when you say live interviews, and obviously it's going to be streamed, what's the base of the interviews? Is it creator on creator? Are you going to have brands speak on there, or people who are going to attend as exhibitors?
Well, we have the amazing Johnny Beard who does who does like his own streamer podcast.
Hmm.
So we have Johnny Beard doing the interviews for us. We're hoping to get front page and hopefully around the time where we can interview people, which would be
I mean,
phenomenal.
you couldn't have chose a better man, really, for it. Is
Exactly.
it is it his streamer stories? That
Streamer
man
stories, that's the
pumps
one.
content. He's unreal, absolutely unreal.
Yeah, well, we think the focus of us being as organisers and more on like actual community members and people is the best focus. I think us interviewing isn't as effective as say like obviously Johnny Beard who does streamer stories and does
Hmm.
interview people one on one directly. He has the experience.
Yeah, for sure. Are they going to be like quick, as you said, like speed dating? Are they going to be quick 10, 50-minute sit downs?
Yeah, I think they're not going to be lengthy ones.
Mhm.
Not as long as he shows, but they are going to be. I'd say about 15-20 minute interviews per person.
And are they set individuals that are going to sit with him, or will
Just
people
they're going to
like
be randomly
register to sign up?
picked, randomly
Ooh,
picked, literally just randomly picked.
I can't
Just
wait to
just
get
to
picked.
avoid like favoritism or like people
Yeah,
get just to make it as fair as possible. Really, we have other things in
that's fair enough.
works, but we haven't got them confirmed yet, so we can't really say anything on those.
You stay here and you'll get it. I can't see why we wouldn't attend. In truth, I love a trip to Manchester. I don't think I've ever had a disappointing time at MCR. I've gone there, done my own thing. I've openly created content without people having any issues. And what's even stranger is and this is just more bizarre for me, getting people recognizing me for doing these recordings and doing this content and going, I'd love to get involved. I didn't have to go, hey, so and so, do you mind approaching people to come over to me and helping me with these People just flock. Is that a camera? What are you recording? And as I said, that glass signature thing I did, if I can streamline it where I wasn't spending 20 minutes in between cleaning it, refocusing, getting it all organized, that's going to have to come back. But I have to find a way to make it cleaner. I don't know how I'm going to do
Yeah,
it.
that's such a good idea. I've never seen that anywhere before, so I think it's a really fantastic idea. It was executed well, and I think a lot of people really wanted, because I think afterwards we had a lot of people like, "Oh, when was that happening? Who were doing that?" And
Mm.
so we're just like, "Yeah, hopefully that'll be back one day." You'll just have to check out Streamseed and see what they're up to, see what
It might be
events
the
they're
words for
at.
the next one. Yeah. Who knows? You'll be at the end of this lens soon enough.
Speaking of events, though, this year
Mhm.
we have DreamHack. Are Streamseed going to be at DreamHack?
It's We're checking the Streamseed coffer. Now, we attempted to get it in an official capacity as industry, but they're not taking on industry in respect to people like us. They're only taking on journalists in that industry space. You've got a massive amount of creators that are going there for their sake. Um, we would like to. We would love to. I think it's the first DreamHack in Britain because
Yeah,
I think they're
aren't
based
they
in
like
Sweden.
overseas?
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're based elsewhere in Europe more than they are in the UK, but they're taking over the NEC, which is going to be familiar ground for everyone who attends things like Insomnia or used to. Yeah, they're Swedish. Yeah, yeah. I knew they'd be in Stockholm.
Or
Um,
if they attended to the moon, which we will
but,
slightly brief
but
over.
yeah, well, we'll keep it in the eyes of Insomnia. Big open spaces. Yes, we're talking about DreamHack. We would love to. We're going to check the Streamseed coffer. We'd love to go. If we do go, we don't know in the capacity that we're doing it. We would usually do a huge rolling campaign over the months leading up to DreamHack by saying what it is that we're doing. But if we do intend to go and it is solidified and we do end up booking all of these things, it's going to very much be one tweet, we're going, and then if you guys want to get involved, this is what we're going to be doing. But yeah, you got to follow Streamseed on X to find that out.
Yep, all the socials scroll across the bottom, so make sure you're in
Hmm.
the loop so you don't miss out. If you do go DreamHack, are you going the Cardiff event that is afterwards? Because they have an after
Yes,
party event going on.
oh, I'd love to, and it's free.
It is free. It
And
is.
we're just doing handshakes for with familiar folk. What they're doing, I'm not too sure what they're doing, but we just love. Yeah, when in Rome, we just love to
Just meeting
just get
people,
involved.
innit?
Yeah.
Catching up with people that you've met at previous events. That's what I personally go events for, and that's what I enjoy
Hmm.
about events is meeting up with people either I've not met before or I've met at previous events. I just love the catch up. And I
Hmm.
hope the Cardiff boys do absolutely well with it. They're Cardiff community meetups. They're the other Twitch powered that do the Cardiff and local area there. So obviously check them out for this event. If you go in DreamHack, get onto it. It's free. You might
Yeah,
as well.
it'd be a waste to not. You're networking in a more intimate space, and I think we can all speak from experience here. Great bunch of organizers. None of them have enough time to give to you to speak to you because they'll open their arms to all the people. So yeah, make sure you do.
Yeah, you can take the amazing day of DreamHack and just carry it on with the boys.
Are you got a DreamHack?
I am not, unfortunately.
Oh,
It's not in my budget at the moment because
mm,
I have a lot of things going on this year. So sadly,
no.
DreamHack isn't in my budget, but I'm hoping whoever does go has an absolutely amazing time. And I'm hoping that DreamHack absolutely smash it because we need some good news with gaming events,
Yeah,
especially
definitely.
especially after recent events. We need some good ones, good positives coming through
Hmm. I think that's an excellent segue into
to the moon.
yeah. What? Wow.
Yeah, it To the Moon received a lot of negative press. They had a lot of issues, obviously being their first event. It never goes without a hitch, does it? So bless
I
them.
mean, it's I like the enthusiasm of having something created because again, as you said, we are missing a titan in this country for something that's going to slip what would have been the shoe that Insomnia would fit. Insomnia very much back up on their feet. Again, we'll see in April, I want to say,
Not sure,
with
I'm
their
not kept
new
in loop.
racecourse venue in, oh god, I want to say Sheffield. I could be getting that entirely wrong. I will find that out. Um, to see if that even fits the rest of the people that want to get involved. I think it's a very much a 50-50. I think a lot of people will go just based on to be intrigued if the old feel of Insomnia will return. But I feel like with all the previous drama, it not being in the NEC, which let's be fair, it's probably a good space for almost everyone to attend something like that. That will be interesting. But to the Moon Expo, they hyped something brilliant. I believe they got everyone, the correct people on board in advertising before the event went live. And then the day of, I didn't even know where we were. We were somewhere, me and Leon, doing an event. So we do a format? And we were hearing about To the Moon as it was happening. And I believe it's from you and Moonbeard actually, about it happening live. And it was just devastating to hear. Because again, that should have been something keeping us afloat in this country for something big.
Yeah, it was hyped to be something absolutely just off the radar, but it just weren't. It Some parts of it did get executed very, very well. Like the indie village was amazing. They had so many great indie creators there, and you could sample so many amazing games that are coming out. Like there's so many on my wish list now from going around there. But like the creators section that the Twitch powered people were organizing, me and like myself as Manchester Twitch powered and Cardiff Twitch powered, we we weren't really looked after that well. We didn't even have tables and stuff.
Mm.
And then you had like these vast open spaces where either something was meant to be there or they just misjudged the size of the venue. They had a lot of furniture that didn't turn up. There was delays and cancellations because of weather. So there were a lot of things that played against them. So I think if they took a lot of stuff into account, a lot of people's feedback, and decided to do it again, going to a smaller venue, they could potentially execute it well. That's if they haven't severed any of them ties with some of the people that they did have involved, because they had some great speakers. They had some great people footing like the bills and footing the partnerships. So if they haven't severed the ties, they could execute it well if they took everything on board.
Do you think they haven't already? I don't think it's burning a bridge. It's more so they built the bridge and then they deconstructed the bridge on the other end. Like they haven't tweeted anything since the
No, they
last day
did. They did
of To the
tweet an
Moon.
apology. I'm sure they did. But when I last looked, there were nothing there. They were just stuff on the event.
Mm. So, I mean, they
Or they
had
put
some
something on
really big
LinkedIn.
hitters on LinkedIn, because of course all of our creators are browsing LinkedIn on the regular. But yeah, I feel like it was a major letdown. I don't believe a lot of people really wanted to see it fail. I don't think anyone wanted to see it fail because we were looking to go. But I feel like we had something else. It was either A or B of the events that Leon and I attended. Leon, what did we attend? It was either one or the other, and we chose the other, which thankfully for us was the better format. I think, yeah. Because what worried us was when we went to format, which I will say, the area that we created with the space that we were given was amazing because we were given a lot more, which we'll talk about a bit more. When we had a pool filled with what you bloody ball pit balls. And what we'd seen in one picture of To the Moon was this vast open space of a very wide angled picture with almost a deflated pool in the middle. And I looked at it going, that could have been us if we chose to go to the Moon. So for me, I think we made the right choice. It could have been so much more, as you said. They had so many of the right people there to do the best. But do you think that, the furniture not turning up was the crux of it? I know the weather was terrible. I knew that much.
I think Leon is the one who hit it on the head. The space was just too big for what they had planned and what they wanted to get in there. They overestimated the space. So you had these vast spaces between everything, and you didn't know where you were going. There were not really any direct signs. Like, it took me so long to find the creators area, and there weren't really anyone who I could speak to who knew. So there's a lot of difference they could have made, and I think a smaller venue would have been the starting point of that.
Yeah, it's hard. I feel like we are missing something. I'm hoping if DreamHack will pop, they're too established in Europe to fail in the UK. The only thing that would fail it would be lack of interest, because I don't think they'd ever shoot and not hit their target, with DreamHack being as big as it is. DreamHack could fill that space that Insomnia will now have left. And I sincerely hope that when they're at Stafford now, they go to the country grounds, that they kick off so well. Like, their Discord is very limited now. There isn't much going on that Discord or any of their socials really. They're doing like the bog off stuff, buy one get one free, and I just hope them nothing but success, because I think it's probably the best event that I've ever been to. Insomnia, hands down, by far. So DreamHack should stay and come to the UK more frequently. Insomnia should hopefully get a better stead for Stafford, and then smaller Twitch should hopefully give you guys for the meetups a lot more to not sort of compete in that respect, but keep the community going, really.
Oh yeah, so luckily we get a lot of backing and a lot of support from Twitch, and there's a lot of things in motion that we're trying to get off the ground. It's just a case of people communicating well with others and seeing where that leads. But in other like, can't even think of my words, honestly. My mind's just like, I'm just thinking of garlic pizza. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just thinking of garlic pizza right now. But in terms of,
so hungry.
I know. In terms of other events, we do actually have Timeless Gaming Convention, which is just growing and growing as the years come through. Like, they were in Manchester, they were at Arcade Club for 3 years, I want to say. And then last year they were at Liverpool with the Arcanes, and they're taking it to Liverpool again this year at Arcanes. And I just think with what they're doing with that, they have like a personal touch to it as well as keeping it gamer related. I think they're going to get bigger and bigger. They're going to reach a point where they're a recognizable name. I'm hoping anyway, because it is one of the best events I'll go to in a year that is gaming related.
And I think we got to give props to Mags. Now, I don't believe Mags puts himself out there as a bigger picture than what he is. I know Mags is a very flamboyant personality, but I don't think he really absorbs what he's created. I mean, he lead organizes MCR. He's running Timeless, and he definitely has a great team behind him to cover both of these events. But just to give him credit to keep them both active.
And he's very
What a
humble
man.
about it. And he is incredible. Like, he puts his heart and soul into everything. He really does put in the effort. Timeless were his baby. He grew up from the ground, obviously. Amazing staff team, an amazing volunteer team that put that together. Obviously, with the Twitch powered, he has Moi, and he has Brené, Selt Brené, who's obviously amazing as well. And we're just a powerhouse, us three. Right now, we all are boom, boom, boom with all the events for year. we have everything lined up all the way up until end of 2026. So yeah,
I don't envy the work that you guys put into it. I have the concentration just to get my stuff in order with just Streamseed, and to think that I'd have. It's great that obviously Mags leads it, which I think is a great convenience. But you are two different teams. You're operating on two different needs and wants for what both events will share. There will be similarities, but I want this to be my first Timeless. I think I've missed the mark. Timeless has been in line or in the same date as other events that we've already previously committed to. So we'd said, or I had at least said, I can't put words into Leon's mouth. This is the year that we don't book anything in advance until we know that we can get a nicer commitment from both parties. We know what we can bring. We've proven what we can bring, both on a basis not just contractually, but with putting a marker in place. What we did with formats previously, what we did with MCR, what we did with CCM. I mean, we managed a 10,000 stream. We did the marketing leading up to the entire time they were going to do the Tramshed takeover. To then things that we did on our own back of attending when we went to Insomnia, and I cannot remember, I want to say it's I-72. The one year we did COTDT live at Insomnia, the year after, or the event after I should say, we'd created quiz content with creators there, and the quality of what we had done without the need of doing it on a basis of it being contractual was outstanding. So our portfolio will only grow. So I think Timeless is the one thing we've missed for maybe the last 2 years, at least 2 years, maybe 3. So I want this year to happen.
I think this is
put a link in the
Timeless's
chat in case they've got a view.
year. Timeless's 5th year. I think it's the 4th year of me going. Like, the reason I knew about Timeless is because Mags approached me in a DM and was like, "Oh, would you like to promote my event?" And I was like, "Okay then, yeah, go on then." I checked it out. I was like, "Yeah, gaming event, of course I will." And then he got me hosting a competition at that, and then it's just carried on since. So if you do want to go and you want to hang on, either creator passes are coming out, or I will have a code for a discount so I can fling it your way.
I'll be going through Streamseed, so keep it open. You're going to see it on Atomic's pages, which you can go to when the stream ends, and she advertises everything that she has. But again, keep it Streamseed, because we're all going to be knowing everything about Timeless, no doubt. I'm going to hear it constantly when more things come in from Atomic. But this year, I'm making my darndest to go, because nothing this year, other than personal trips that we're doing, nothing's confirmed. We're not going anywhere as Streamseed. This is a year that we're focusing on the app and personal channels. So Timeless has to be there. Yes,
I think you should go. It's like one of the only events I'm going to go into this year, so I need to see you.
It's happened. If you're still listening, Leon, get a calendar open, my friend. You have to go. Was it August 12th? Yeah.
August 12th. Yeah, they'll have a VIP night on the 11th. Maybe speak to Mags about Streamseed being there and what you could get involved with, because that would be amazing. Absolutely amazing.
We'll open up DMs. I'm not afraid to get into a DM or two. Not afraid.
I'm never afraid to get in your DMs when you need to kick up the bottom.
And you're doing it so frequently too. It's either I'm missing the mark and Atomic's keeping me in check, or it's something's happening, you need to get involved. Fair enough, I'll do it. If I see Atomic every morning, she's there, I'm like, oh, I gotta have breakfast first. I can't.
What can I say? I'm on the ball.
You are way more than me.
Oh, so we've touched on, I think that's all events, apart from format. So Streamseed, as you briefed on that, Streamseed were at format last year. If none of you guys in chat checked out Streamseed, you missed it. Like you mentioned the ball pit, I did get to enjoy the ball pit for quite a bit. I think I made a home in there for a good while, actually. or if you spoke to Leon, who probably absolutely talked your ear off about the up and coming app Tail. He's very excited about it. I'm excited about it. Ross is excited about it. We're all very excited for this app. We can't wait. It's going to be amazing. Obviously, if you're a content creator in this chat, you need to know about Tail. So go and look at Streamseed, follow Tail's socials, and make sure you're getting on the ball about what's coming.
Oh, you're getting so good. These are things that I should be saying. It's crazy. You're taking all the words away from me. But format, what a time that was. So in the initial setup of going to format, which we'd had a dev call tonight, and honestly, it's wild seeing it come to life.
It's jealous. Exciting. It's so exciting.
Next up, focus group. Oh, yes. Ooh. Well, I mean, Atomic's one of the champions, a part of the development of Tail. So she will get tidbits of this now. She'll get tidbits into this before any of you get it. In truth, probably before I even see it. I've got my own stuff going on. I'll see the app launch, and then I'll realize that everyone else is using it, and I haven't even touched it yet. I'm not going to see its development. Damn, no. But format, I think we'd touched on what we'd found successful at format. I believe we spoke to so many people, more than we'd expected. We were given a small space in the planning with Simran, and we built a draft of what the space would look like, and we believed we were getting a much smaller space than what we were given. And then I believe a brand that we were meant to be partnered with at that area backed out, and we were given a much larger area, which we were never prepared for. But I will say, we built this spooky spiderweb cabin, which the only problem we had was we didn't have internet, and the internet was quite poor. But we built this spooky little bar area. People come in, they did some recordings. I believe they were doing advice for creators. Oh, gosh, excuse me. And then we had the ball pit. Leon did his open talks about Tail. We had all of our banners up. I tried to make a stream happen, but I couldn't do it because the internet was so bad. And I think the one thing that I can remember was a gentleman tried to get into the ball pit very gracefully. His feet were so large, he'd already hovered on the ball pit balls, and he'd swooped. Now, that is somewhere on Twitch. We have clipped that. That is somewhere on our socials. Was the funniest thing I have ever seen is a man, and I'm going to say eat shit in a ball pit at an event was one of the highlights of my time there.
I think I've seen that, actually. I think it proper cracked me up. I'm glad I didn't do that. You had inflatables and everything. Honestly, I think it was the funnest corner in format. Hands down. Hands down, it was the funnest corner. I spent a lot of my time there as well, apart from in front of the stage, watching the violinist. She were awesome.
Yeah, what's her name? Lucia, I want to say?
Yeah, Lucia.
I know she's the nerd violinist, yeah. But format for this year, we have been invited to go as of capacity. That's still in the works. We don't want to. It'd be a disservice to you guys that visit us if we weren't bringing something that would benefit. So I personally believe we missed the mark the last time. We couldn't get a lot of the recording done at the venue because the space that we were given was broadly interrupted by the public. Now, again, that's no fault to anyone. The board was there and we intended to use the board. But the kit we'd brought up wasn't the right fit. And then when we turned up and it was, oh, by the way, you've got all this space to play with, we were thinking, damn, if we only knew before driving up from Wales, we'd have had so much more content to draft. But we would like to go to format. It falls around, I think it's the October the 2nd. It falls at the beginning of the month rather than the end of the month. We do want something to happen. We are talking with Simran. Again, we've been formally invited. We're just trying to find out in the capacity that we're going. So again, Keep it Streamseed GG on X, and we will update you as we go.
It's a new venue as well, so intrigued to see what the space will be like. I know MCR are going. As I stand as myself, I don't think I'll be going, but for very, very, very good reasons that I can't actually say. But yeah.
You've got a Gunner stream, haven't you? Haven't you?
Maybe something we're gonna know. But there is very good reason why I won't be attending it this year. So I hope and I wish all the good. And obviously, if you're streaming it, I will be watching it. And if anyone else isn't going format and Streamseed are there streaming it, make sure you tune into this channel right now and obviously watch the stream. You get to see format then.
Follow it. We're going to be better prepared for the next time that we go there because now we know what to expect. There's no way, I believe it's Box Park. There's no way the Box Park will have worse internet connectivity than the Camp and Furnace. The Camp and Furnace was just big rock structures. Fair enough, nothing's getting in there. Yeah, so we'll definitely be prepared. And who knows? Listen, we could even sponsor Atomic to get a little watch party going on in a Discord. Who knows?
Oh yeah, I'd happily do that. Happily do that.
A little Streamseed watch party. It'll never happen. It's never happened to be the world's first.
Well, to be fair, it's not the world's first because when there's creators at Doughnut Table, we do genuinely have watch parties. There you go.
I've been had.
Good evening, and good evening to everyone who has. We just went on a tangent to do with events and all the things great and coming up. So good evening, all who have joined us. I hope you're enjoying the show tonight so far. Hope you're getting a lot of insight on what Streamseed are getting up to.
If you guys got any questions, listen, fire them out.
Oh yeah, give them us our way. Sorry, I'm going to dangle a bit of skin here. We love our tangents. You tangent never. Hey, look, I could have took the cheesy garlic bread to a whole nother level, but I nipped it in the bud because
I could have been here on my own.
It's all I'm craving.
She could have gone to a cheesy garlic bread evening and just forgot about me. Atomic when Charles Cameron wouldn't have even been there.
It would have just been a garlic bread.
About the news. Imagine you just eating garlic bread. Yeah, you got it. You go. Just mute.
Yeah, you're good.
But if we can get into a bit of news.
Yes.
So a lot of you probably should have seen this. A lot of you are affiliates, whether you've had your first payout, 5th, 10th, however many payouts. Twitch had put out there that they were looking to abolish the 70-30 split for a number of creators that weren't on legacy contracts. So people like your XQCs, your Pokemans, all of those have legacy contracts from way, way, way back when that were already pre-agreed. And I think it was Stable Ronaldo came out to say that his split had changed. He was no longer 70-30. He didn't disclaim where he went to, but that it changed. And now this is bringing up the same old question of why don't people go to Kick for the 95.5? And then, I mean, YouTube, I think, have got something just a little bit more than what Twitch would offer. But again, discoverability is very low if you're a person of a particular number of viewers. Why do people stick to Twitch?
It's a tough one, that, because I actually stick to Twitch. So what do you think in the chat? Obviously, just throw us your questions, throw us your opinions on this. We want to know. For me personally, I think it's the safety of Twitch. Kick, you're not regulated. There's no moderation there. TikTok, the AI can be funny, so you can get banned. Like if you're like me and a big potty mouth, I would be banned instantly. If I chose that as my primary like live streaming platform, I would be banned often, and I would be trying to dig myself out of that grave a lot. YouTube, I think it's probably the same sort of discoverability as Twitch. Really, you need to be consistent, and you need to kind of be like trying to project yourself with YouTube. YouTube seems to like it would be a difficult one, whereas Twitch, it was the original gaming platform, and yeah, I think there's just love of that. Yeah,
I think people do stretch with Kick. I think Obs said it beautifully. It's also a moral thing. I think when Kick first came out, I think a lot of people jumped for the sake of money for 95.5. Even people who weren't even making revenue on Twitch, they weren't getting active subs. They just liked the idea of 95.5. Kick is a cesspit. Agreed. I don't believe Kick can get to a status without, again, heavy moderation, heavy overhaul of change, where policies can come into place where it's a safe space. I'm not saying, bring 14, 12-year-olds to get onto it, but it isn't regulated. It is just a lawless playground, which some people might find success from if they're a bit more rambunctious. But as you said, Twitch's safety net is very wide, and because of that, there's so little that you can get from Twitch if you haven't established, I would say, from outside. So multi-streaming again is a big thing, and I think you are right. We would be would be firmly screwed on TikTok, which is something I would love to do. I would love to take COTGT and pin that with TikTok too. But I just don't
behave
think
on here.
I'll behave.
I do behave here, considering compared. I behave.
Yeah, I've seen some of your clips when you're playing Peak. My lord.
Oh god, too funny. It's too funny. But yeah, I think you're right with Kick. I do find and I'm not saying, I'm not bashing anyone who does it, but I find a lot of OnlyFans girls get on better on Kick for obviously the reason you said, rambunctious. And the fact that it's a gambling platform. I'm not a big gambler, so that we're already put up. TikTok Kindred would get banned for swearing. Guild says Twitch and YouTube are still the best ones in my opinion. See, I never really tune into YouTube lives. It's always been Twitch when it comes to live streaming, but for YouTube's for content and videos, yeah, I think for YouTube you want that quick content, you want that quick watch. You want something to sink your teeth into, not necessarily like a live. That's my opinion with YouTube anyway. That's how I'm used to it.
Now, I'm not going to assume your age, but do you believe it's our generation that we've set ourselves how we view these things? So as you said, for me, I would never watch a YouTube live. For me, my situation is I watch YouTube for long form content, occasionally short, Instagram and TikTok, specifically for the reels. I then watch Twitch for live streams. I've set my parameters on social medias purely on what I need to have it for. If I'm on the toilet, I'm watching TikTok. I'm watching Instagram reels. If I'm at my PC doing work, my YouTube's on the other monitor. It's just background noise. Or Twitch, again, long form.
Yeah.
But I think that's an age thing. I've
it could
seen
be.
children on trains who are they're just swiping. And then, my only thing, I go on the train once a year. When my car gets an MOT, I go on the train once a year. And this one kid was flicking through TikTok and then immediately changed apps into Instagram, start flicking again. I don't know how they're digesting this information as quickly as they are, or whether they're looking for something in particular, but it's impressive how children are now just deviating to short form content. I don't think people are they're not going to be wanting to look at long form content on YouTube. God, no.
Yeah, it's like the attention span thing. They just seem to be getting shorter and shorter and shorter. I think the days of Vines, when if anyone remembers what Vine, that came out and that were it. That's where TikTok started to progress and all these other short forms. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the ease of just, if you don't like it, flick up. If you don't like it, flick up. If it's too long and you're getting bored, flick up, kind of thing. And you just on to the next content. With YouTube, you're generally either on the playlist thread or on the same sort of videos as what you're watching, like what's coming next, or you have to go back and then search for other videos. So I think it's laziness in a way, but not to put that in a route, not to insult anyone, but it's laziness, and it is. And it's
you're right. I do think you need to apologize. I think it's just the way that the industry is going. When did you start streaming, by the way? When did you start making content, I should say?
2019, 18, something like that. Mine wasn't COVID related. It weren't pandemic related at all. It was more because I'm a massive gamer. I've been posting gaming content. Oh my God. Showing my age here. Probably about 15, 16, maybe longer than that years. Anytime I got a new game or there was something in a game that made me laugh, I'd post it on my Facebook or my Instagram. and stuff like that. I was always posting tidbits here and there. I just decided to go into not full-time streaming, but like full-on streaming and creating and producing content. I'd say about
But
7
do you
years
find you
ago.
nailed it? You took exactly what I was going to say. Do you find that a large majority of creators, not even on just Twitch, every platform, had entered the industry because of COVID?
They were a big boom. Yeah, like there's a lot of people obviously that were at home or they was like on leave from the job or whatever I was a carer. I didn't get that privilege. I had to go out and work still. but
Same,
people
same.
who got to sit at home, like still getting paid for the job, decided to take to streaming, obviously maybe to pass the time or pick up another hobby or even make extra money. But I do feel like they were a boom around that time. But a lot have fallen
Because,
off since.
but I know, and I know you will have people that you know that have done this. I have been what's furlough?
Furlough,
Yeah, I
that's the
worked for
one.
government.
Couldn't
Yeah,
think of it.
I never had time off.
Nope,
But
I was
we've
out there getting my little clap at 8 o'clock on a Thursday. Really helped me that. Really helped me through those
that's the
days.
tips. I hope that pays the rent.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you for that. Whilst you're sitting it there, painting your fence and baking you. Not bitter or
bring me
anything.
bring me a cake. Damn, I don't want to clap.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we know so many people that have entered this industry prior to COVID that have tried to just be consistent, hit the barrier, break through the barrier, and then make something semi-successful of themselves. I have, and I'll always mention this, and we used to speak daily. This lady streamer, Miss Luna Magic, who has always been on my mind as a creator, is the only woman who I know in this industry who would be as consistent as she needs to be, regardless of the years that she's been doing this, and has been very successful as she's just remained consistent. I can't fault her for all the things that she's gone through in those years to still be strong at making content. Not a lot of people have that kind of resilience, and I always think back to her when I'm making content. It's what would Luna Magic do? That's what I would refer back to. I think she's a titan, absolute titan. And a
I've
two,
not
yeah.
heard of her. I'll have to check her out.
Oh, big Fallout fan. Oddly enough, we'd met when I was watching her play through a Fallout 3, and we made a joke
Ooh.
where I'd offended her in a funny way, and then she said she'd eat my dog. Anyway, the rest is history. And yeah, she's she's just gone to make more content and probably been doing this longer than me. I've been in the industry for 15, 16 years. It's crazy. Yeah.
Working the way through all the toilet paper. Oh my god. Yeah. There was so many weird things that happened through that very strange time. Can't believe people hoarded toilet paper. I can't believe people are still going through that. I would have finished that years ago.
Oh god, I can't even think of. Okay. I was gonna say, why would you have gone through so much? Let's study that.
Because I poop a lot.
No, okay. I mean, same, but I didn't think we were sharing that much.
It's all the Chinese, isn't it?
Oh, don't. Oddly enough, my second job, other than the 3 jobs that I do, is delivering for a Chinese, and we do get free meals at the end of every night.
I was
So,
gonna say, if you delivered that and you did not resist the Chinese afterwards.
it's so bad to attempt not to do it. Atomic the Poop Machine. Oh, I don't need to have her have a nickname.
I have many nicknames. It's fine. I take them all. I take them all happily. I'm trying to think. We went on a right tangent then.
Yeah.
I can't even think where we were anymore. I do need to check out this lady you were mentioning. I think people
I'll tell you
having
what
a consistency and staying consistent and persistent through everything is just. I have a lot of pride and a lot of love for people who do that. Like I've stayed
rare.
consistent. I've took breaks when I've needed to. Like, don't get me wrong, I probably had like a year or so break in between. I was dealing with a cat who had a brain tumor, which absolutely annihilated me mentally. But I've stayed consistent, and even though I'm not grown massive, I'm proud of myself for staying and sticking through it when I've watched so many people just fall off. And that's it. They're just done. Fair enough. Like, if it weren't for them, but I've just seen people get disheartened and just stop point blank because they're not seeing themselves grow. And it's like, no, you've put in that effort, you put in that love. You get what you put into it. And if you're seeing it in the wrong ways, you're not going to grow the right way. But if you see it in the right ways, you're going to grow in a way that makes you happy. And that's how you should have it. 100%.
I think that's a beautiful way to maybe end it. I think we've discussed almost everything we needed to. What a beautiful sentiment to end it on.
Definitely. Well, if you've enjoyed tonight, obviously the VOD will be up on the YouTube, so make sure you follow Streamseed over on their YouTube channel. You will also find, obviously, shorts that are created over on the TikTok. You will also see that Tale, the app coming out, also has a TikTok. Please check that out. And if you want to keep up to date on any news, you can also follow Streamseed on X. And Ross, if you want to give you a little spin, I'll sign off myself afterwards.
I don't think I've ever had a spin before, but I say the same thing. You'll never see me front facing and doing stuff on my own, but you'll find me over Ross TSU. I'm the background hard-working head that Atomic keeps in line because I do forget to speak to people. I am the one that's just curating how we step forward in a very large media world. Atomic has pretty much become my left-hand lady in pretty much doing all of this. It's been a pleasure to be back on the table. I am going to be heavily with media and socials for, I would say, the remainder of the year. But with events coming up, again, follow StreamseedGG. It's StreamseedGG everywhere on our socials. Replies in 5 to 10 working days. I'm not that bad. I'm like 3 to 4. But yeah, StreamseedGG, you'll find everything that we're doing there. But thank you all for tuning in. And we'll get something up next week about the next COTGT and the special guest that's coming on.
Stay tuned for that. Again, that's StreamseedGG across the board. Then you can find them everywhere. That is literally the name. I mean, it just scrolled up on the bottom then. I did actually just see it pop up. You can wait for it again if you want. Or you can literally just look at the name on Twitch that you're watching. StreamseedGG. That is it. There's no other words. There's no other different words. That is what you will find all over the social medias. I'm Atomic Moonchild. I talk a lot of blabber. I absolutely hate selling myself, but yeah, I am a random weirdo that streams on Twitch every now and then. I have a passionate love for Fallout, and I also help organise a Twitch-powered meetup for Manchester, as well as do this amazing role on Creators of the Doughnut Table, keeping Ross in check.
Yeah, it's true though.
Give Ross KFC. He's resisted Chinese. I'm proud. I'm very proud.
I have. I've been a good boy. Thursday night, 11 o'clock. Do you want a Chinese? No, not 11 o'clock.
Oh, wow. Do you know what? You need to frame that. Eggs.
I have. Oh, no, not Valna. Not Valna. Call me bald, goddamn.
Well, on that note, we will see you later. Keep an eye on the socials for the next Creators of the Doughnut Table. Again, the VOD will be available on the YouTube, and you can check us out at Streamseed GG. See you later, everyone, and take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.